25 diamonds, and a diamond pickaxe. A lot of cows, 38 levels of experience, an enchanting table. So what do you get when you put all those things together? You get an Cactus Farm. Yeah, we're doing a Cactus Farm first. So before we get started, I have a couple housekeeping things that I need to do. I'm going to be smelting down the extra pieces of armor I picked up from mobs I've killed. So I have boots here and I have helmets. It only gets me 1 golden nugget, which isn't a lot. And I'm going to be smelting down any golden horse armor I got. I have 1 golden horse armor just in case. I mean, this isn't giving me a lot of stuff, but it at least is helpful in getting me some stuff that I wouldn't usually use. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is just disenchant these books. So this is only fire protection 1, it's pretty low level, and I could use the books at the moment. So when you disenchant something, it'll give you some XP. I think, no, I didn't go up a level. And this is multi-shot. Multi-shot's okay, but I'd rather have the book at this point. So I didn't really plan ahead with my sugarcane. I probably should have done this instead of the melon farm, but I'm just going to do this solution so I can quickly get to enchanting. So I'm putting sugarcane next to these water streams, or these water blocks. And I think I have 24, and hopefully I'll have enough to get some paper and some books a little further. So because I've been harvesting a lot of wheat, and I've got a lot of wheat seeds from that, I want to use the composter. So if you look in here, I have almost a double chest of just wheat seeds, and I'm using this contraption to actually see how much bone meal it'll produce. So how the composter works is it has 8 different levels. When it reaches level 7, it produces 1 piece of bone meal. You can put plants and some food items into it, and it has a percentage chance of increasing the compost level with each item. So what I've got here is a chest. The hopper from the chest is going to go into the composter. Once it produces bone meal, it'll go into this one, and the bottom will be the bone meal. And right now I have this hopper locked with a block of redstone, so it won't flow down there, so we can actually see how much bone meal is produced. So let's see how this goes. So I have a ton of cows here, and unfortunately I need some leather, so I guess I gotta kill some of these guys. And I've been slowly shearing these guys so I have a little bit of wool too. So I guess I should kill these guys. Okay, so I've killed all of the adult cows. I have 26 leather. I don't think that's enough, but let's see how much that gets me. So the wheat seeds are finally done. You can see there's none up here, and it produced 2 stacks and a little bit extra of bone meal. So you don't get a ton of bone meal, but it's good enough for, I don't know, something if you just want to grow some crops really quick, or you want to use it in a flower farm. So here I am underground, and I'm going to be building my cactus farm from about bedrock up. The idea behind this is because if I'm at my base, I'll be in the chunk loading distance for the cactus farm, so the cactus farm will still be working even though I'm doing something else. So I'm just going to have to put out a giant column, or going to have to dig out a giant column, so why don't we get started? So this is one layer of the Cactus Farm. So this is a design that I've seen Exumavoid build, and some of the modifications I made are from an El Mango video. I'll put a link to both videos in the description. So how this works is very basic. It is a 9x9 area. It is built on half slabs of cobblestone. There are 16 sand blocks with cactus on it. How the cactus actually grows is once it grows one block, you saw right there, this will be touching it, so it will break. So basically it can't touch another block once it's grown one block. And we have fence posts, well, we have fences, not fence posts, between the cactus, because that'll force it to break. Also, the good thing about this is it's not a full hitbox, so it doesn't take up a full block. So it's possible to break the cactus with the fence, and then it'll drop down where the fence is. And this is a decent, good design for this. There's a hole in the middle where the cactus will drop down the farm, and there's also 4 water sources. The water flows pretty basically right through, and I have a water collection system because it's supposed to be more efficient. This way, if you don't build a cactus farm where these blocks would be floating, they could drop on another cactus and be destroyed. So this is a good, efficient way of doing a cactus farm. It's very simple and easy to build. So here's the collection system for the farm. You can see there is a hopper here and here that feed into this chest. There's a water stream that feeds into this hopper from the center of the farm, and you can see it's producing quite a bit of cactus right now. And the reason I want cactus is for 2 reasons. One is for bone meal, so that I can grow things later on, and the other reason right now that I want it is for experience. Because when you smelt cactus, it gives you 1 XP in Java Edition, and this is useful because you can get a lot of levels just by smelting cactus and turning it into green dye. And here is all of my furnaces. I've done a ton of them, and you can see there's cactus in here, there's green dye, and I'm smelting stuff. And the thing with the furnace is if you have something like this cactus and it goes here, it'll actually store the XP. So when I take this, it'll actually give me 59 XP when I take it out. So this is going to be useful for something like enchanting or storing XPs if you need to get up to level 30 in XP. Smelting cactus is one way of doing it. I mean, I could try to find a dungeon and do some XP grinding that way, but I haven't found a dungeon yet. So if you just look here, I'll take this cactus out. You can see I actually went up 1 level from 30 to 31, and I'll take another one. It didn't get quite as much. I think it takes about 3 stacks of green dye to actually get up 1 level. So you can see I got up to level 32. So through smelting cactus, I've gone up 10 experience levels. You can see I have a ton of extra green dye, which I'll have to figure out what to do with. So one thing that I should mention also is that you can store more than just a stack of something. So if you have a hopper underneath and you have, let's say, 5 stacks of cactus, you have 4 stacks go into the hopper and 1 stack stay in the furnace. When you take out that stack from the furnace, it'll take all of the XP from all 5 stacks of the item you've smelted. So this is a way of storing a lot of XP in a furnace at once. That works as long as there's items that are smelted in there, so it'll keep accumulating XP as it's smelting items. Before you see what enchantments I got on my tools, weapons, and armor, let's go through the basics of enchanting. This is the enchanting table. It allows you to spend experience point levels to enchant tools, weapons, books, armor, and other items. When you open the enchanting table, you put the item you want to enchant into the slot and some lapis lazuli. It will give you 3 options listing 1 enchantment for each option. On the right side is the experience level you need to be at to enchant the item with this enchantment. The left side will show how many levels will be used and how much lapis lazuli will also be used. The number of bookshelves around the enchanting table increases the enchantments and the level of enchantments you can get. The highest experience point level you can get is 30. For bookshelves to increase the level, they need to be 2 blocks away and can be 1 block above the enchanting table with nothing between them. To get to level 30, you will need to have 15 bookshelves around the enchanting table. Even though only 1 enchantment is listed, you can get multiple enchantments. The higher the experience level, the higher level enchantments and more enchantments you can get. There are a total of 38 enchantments currently in Minecraft. 5 of these enchantments can't be acquired through the enchanting table. These are Mending, Frostwalker, Soul Speed, Curse of Vanishing, and Curse of Binding. To get these enchantments, you will have to get them through the chest loot, villager trading, fishing, or in the case of Soul Speed, bartering with piglins or chest loot in the Bastion Remnant. There are also enchantments that are incompatible with each other, like Fortune and Silk Touch. You can only put one of these on your tools because they do the exact opposite of each other. Some of the enchantments you want on your items are Unbreaking. This will decrease the possibility of durability being used. Silk Touch drops the block instead of breaking it. Fortune increases the drops when breaking a block. Looting increases the drops when killing a mob. Efficiency increases breaking time for mining blocks. There are 4 protection enchantments. They decrease the damage from general damage, blast damage, projectile damage, and fire damage. Power increases the damage the bow does. Smite, Sharpness, Bane of Arthropods increases the damage to certain mobs. There are even more enchantments in the game, and especially ones that are specific to different types of armors or weapons. If you want to know more about the specific enchantments, I have videos on every single enchantment in the game. One tip is, if you want to change the enchantments in the enchanting table, you can enchant an item and it will give you new choices for all of the tools. It is also helpful to have a grindstone nearby to disenchant items, so I can get Unbreaking. Let's just see what we can get out of that. So Unbreaking and Efficiency 4, that's pretty good. The only thing better would have been maybe either Fortune or Silk Touch, and you can't get Mending, of course. And let's just check out what we get with Book. Power 4 is pretty good, so Efficiency 4, that works for the axe. And Fortune's not really that useful on an axe. It's okay. Efficiency 4, let's go with that. No other enchantment, that sucks. Boots. Okay, Fire Protection 5, that's okay. Unbreaking 3, Fire Protection 4, I'll take that. So you should have a mix of different protection enchantments on your armor. So Fire Protection is useful because it'll reduce the amount of burn time when you're on fire. So you want one item that usually has that protection, because it doesn't stack. It basically just takes the best fire protection from your armor and uses that to reduce the burn time. So you just want one item that has a high fire protection level. Aqua Affinity's decent. Let's go with that. So Blast Protection 4, Aqua Affinity, Unbreaking 3, that's pretty good. Okay, so let's go with the Blast Protection 4. So that didn't give me anything else. Unbreaking 3. Why not? Let's see what we get. Looting 3. So that's perfect. So that means that when I kill a mob, there's more likely to be drops because of Looting 3. The percentage chance is different with each thing. Some are percentages, some just add 1 extra drop per an enchantment level, but it's definitely the enchantment that you want on a diamond sword. So as you can tell, I am really shiny right now. You can see that I have enchantments on my armor, my weapons, and my tools, so I am all enchanted out. I want to thank you guys for all the comments you left on my first 2 videos. I really appreciate the input, and I'd love to hear more comments, and thank you for watching.